Hello friends! In this video, you'll learn how to make paper wine at home. This information will be useful for everyone interested in paper wine weaving. My name is Elena. You are on the weaving channel. Don't forget to subscribe. Let's go! First stage: cutting paper strips for making paper wine rods. We'll need a cutting mat, ruler, sharp craft knife, pencil, clips, and wrapping paper. Use regular wrapping paper with a weight of 45 to 48 grams per square meter. We need to determine the grain direction of the paper. Take the original sheet of paper and start tearing the paper from the edge. The tear line is uneven. Do the same thing from the other edge of the sheet. This tear is almost straight. Where the paper tears evenly and straight, that means the paper fibers run in this direction. We'll cut strips in this direction. Here is a cut strip of paper. Let's see visually how the paper fibers run. The strip is cut in the correct direction of the paper grain. Place the sheet of paper on the cutting mat. I've already cut the large original sheet in half. It's more convenient to cut strips this way. I take 5 sheets of paper at once. To keep the paper sheets from falling apart, secure them with clips. Then I mark the paper into strips. I use the markings on the mat. For example, we are now preparing strips that are 3 inches by 12 inches, and we cut the strips from which we'll make paper wine rods. This is what the cut paper strips look like. Second stage: rolling paper wine rods. We'll need cut strips, a cutting mat, a thin knitting needle, 1.2–1.5 millimeters, an object with a flat non-slip surface, and PVA glue. Place a paper strip in front of you. Place the needle against the right corner, but so that the edge of the needle sticks out of the rod. If you are left-handed, you might need to switch sides here. I slightly moisten the needle for a better grip on the paper. Then try to catch the paper edge with the needle, or wind it around it. Try to keep the needle parallel to the paper sheet. Continue slowly winding the paper around the needle, maintaining tension along the entire length. You can twist by hand or help yourself with an object with a flat surface. For example, an eyeglass case. Constantly hold the twisted part of the rod so it doesn't unwind. Put a drop of glue on the left corner to secure the twisted rod. You can put glue before you start rolling or when the rod is wound. And you only need to glue the left edge of the paper, whichever is convenient for you. I finish rolling the end of the rod by hand and remove excess glue with my finger. Then, when the rod is rolled, pull the needle out of it. Continue rolling the remaining rods this way. The paper wine rods are rolled. Let's move to the next stage. Third stage: coloring paper wine rods. We'll need a plastic tray wood stain or fabric dye, water, a flat brush, and gloves. I use wood stain water-based and fabric dye powder or liquid. Depending on what I use and what color I want to achieve for the rods, I dilute them with water. More water gives a lighter color. This creates the coloring solution. If the coloring solution is liquid, pour the solution into a plastic tray and dip the paper wine rods into it. Completely submerge the paper wine rods in the diluted coloring solution, so they are fully colored. Then pull them out, holding one end down so excess stain drips off. Then place the bundle of colored paper wine rods in a plastic bag or plastic container. When the rods are colored, lay them out to dry until completely dry. If the coloring solution is thick, like stain or thick liquid fabric dye, apply it to the paper wine rods with a brush. Take small bundles and thoroughly cover the rods. Check that everything is colored. Fourth stage, treating rods with acrylic varnish or water-based glue. We'll need dry stained paper wine rods, a plastic tray, gloves, a brush, water-based acrylic varnish or water-based glue, a jar, and water. So, we make a solution for treating the rods. Mix acrylic varnish or glue with water 1:1. You can add a little glycerin. Glycerin prevents the rods from sticking together. This creates very thin white solution. Then take a bundle of rods and cover them with the resultant solution in 2 coats. The first coat will absorb well and require more solution. Check carefully that the rods are completely covered with the acrylic solution. Mix them again by hand for complete coverage. Then place the bundle of rods in a pile on something where you'll dry them later, and coat the remaining rods. But keep an eye on the treated rods, as they can stick together, which will damage them. Stir them, this will help the dry. Then lay them out in a single row for further drying. Periodically mix them to make sure the rods haven't stuck together. After they dry, I apply the second coat of solution the same way. For the second coat, you need less solution, as it won't absorb inside, but will just coat the rod with a top layer. I lay out the paper wine rods with the second coat to dry. After treated the rods, I check them several times to make sure they don't stick together. I stir them around. When the top film has dried and the rods no longer stick together, I leave them to dry for several hours, depending on external conditions or humidity. After the treated paper wine rods are completely dry, they become paper wine. And you move to the fifth stage, moistening the paper wine. Watch a separate video about this on the channel. Thank you for choosing weaving.